In this short video we're going to create ourselves a schedule in Microsoft Project, and to do this we're going to start with the work breakdown instruction which you did for building the Peggy shed, and we're going to take the initiation set of activities and put them into the schedule. We start with that. We look at level 1, work break structure number 1 is initiation. At level 2 we have define the product, 1.1, engage the stakeholders, develop the options, write the business case, and then we'll have a review and approval step. Okay, so when we open up Microsoft Project, we basically have a blank page, and we're going to start by putting in the initiation heading. And we'll note that that gives us a work breakdown structure number of 1, and underneath that we're going to put in product, okay, and we will indent that because that is a sub-activity of initiation. So we'll indent using the indent button up there, and that becomes 1.1. So basically we have a work breakdown structure number, a task name, a start date, which is starting date that we've set for the project, a finishing date, which is on the basis of just nominally 1 day to start off with, and we're not going to bother too much about the other columns. We'll see over on the side here we have a little Gantt with a bar which represents the actual task. So to speed this up a little bit, I'm just going to paste in some of the other tasks. So we have engaged the stakeholders, develop the options, write the business case, and again they're all just 1 day, there's no particular sequence to it, but they will have a work breakdown structure number which, as it so happens, corresponds to the numbers that we had on our little work breakdown structure over here. Okay, so at this point none of that really tells us too much, but what we're going to do is we're going to put in some dependencies. Okay, so we know for a start that we can't engage the stakeholders until we have something to talk to them about, so we'll actually have to define the product first. Okay, so we'll actually select those 2 lines, and we will then go to the link button up here, and we'll go link the tasks. Okay, so immediately we can see that these 2 tasks over here are linked, and that we have to finish defining the product before we can actually engage the stakeholders. Okay, we also know that defining the product is a predecessor to developing the options. So what we do here is we select product, press the control key, click on developing options. Okay, so we jump over engaging the stakeholders there, and we press the link key again. Okay, and we'll note again that that joins up there so that defining product's finished before those other, before developing option starts. Now, we know that the rest of the tasks basically follow in a sequence. So as we develop the options, we can write the business case, we can then take to review and approval. We decided we're going to put a little bit of contingency in case there's a hiccup, and then at the end of the day we'll have a little milestone here which is the initiation is complete. We're just going to select all of those, and we're going to click the link button, and lo and behold it all spreads out in a nice little Gantt chart. Leaves us the weekend off, we can see over here, and we now have a sequence, but of course we don't actually know when the thing's going to finish because we haven't put any duration there. So what we'll do now is go to our duration column. First thing we'll do is we'll go, you know, it probably takes about a day to define the product, a couple of sessions, a couple of coffees and so on, and then we're going to engage the stakeholders, and we're going to have them engaged for about 7 days because basically we'll want them involved right through the duration of this. We'll develop the options. Now we figure that developing the options is going to take 2 days, and writing the business case will take 3 days. The review and approval process will take another 2 days, and the contingency we're going to put in a couple of days for hiccups. Now the initiation complete is just a milestone, so we don't want to put any days against that, but we'll make that 0 days, and we'll note across over here that turns into a little diamond shape, which is the symbol for a milestone. So we can see in the space of about 5 minutes we've effectively created ourselves a very simple Gantt chart for the initiation process, and we have it all nicely laid out there in front of us. And that's it for this little session.